Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something that every believer struggles with at some point, waiting on God's timing. But here's the truth. God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't match our own. If you've been feeling discouraged, anxious, or frustrated because things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like, this video is for you. Understanding God's timing, why it's different from ours. The first thing we have to understand is that God's timing is not the same as ours. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want things now. But God operates on an eternal timeline, and his ways are higher than ours. Think about some of the great people in the Bible. Abraham waited 25 years for the son God promised him. Joseph spent years as a slave and in prison before stepping into his God-given destiny. David was anointed king, but had to wait many years before actually taking the throne. If you're waiting, you're in good company. God is never late. He's preparing something far greater than you can imagine. The dangers of rushing ahead of God. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he'll make your paths straight. One of the biggest mistakes we make is trying to rush ahead of God. When we take matters into our own hands instead of waiting on his perfect timing, we often end up in situations that bring more stress, disappointment, and struggle. Look at Abraham and Sarah. God promised them a son, but when they got impatient, they decided to take things into their own hands. Sarah gave her servant Hagar to Abraham, and Ishmael was born. This decision led to years of unnecessary conflict. Maybe you're tempted to force things in your life, settling for a relationship that isn't God's best for you, jumping into a job that doesn't align with God's calling, making financial decisions without seeking God's wisdom. When we rush, we may get what we want, but at the cost of peace and God's best for us. How to trust God's timing in the waiting season. Galatians 6 verse 9. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So, how do we trust God in the waiting season? Here are 3 practical ways. 1. Stay in prayer and the Word. The enemy loves to attack us in seasons of waiting, making us doubt God's faithfulness. Stay connected to God through prayer and Scripture. 2. Practice patience and contentment. Learn to find joy in the present moment. God is growing you, strengthening you, and preparing you for what's next. Don't despise the waiting season. It's where deep transformation happens. Let me know in the comments. What are you currently waiting on God for? Let's encourage each other and pray for one another. If this video blessed you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs encouragement today. See you next time. And remember, God's timing is always perfect.